All right, y'all, today we are at Crosswinds Marsh, and I gotta say it's by far one of my favorite parks out here in Wayne County. Beautiful place off of Haggerty Road. It's a giant place, and we're gonna walk around some of it. We got a couple of horse trails here for the equestrian people. And that wraps around the entirety of this park. There's a big marsh in the middle with a boardwalk over it. There's a ton of nature trails through the woods. We're gonna catch a couple of them. We're gonna check out a couple of these signs. Like I was saying, there is equestrian parking. You can come and bring your horse here and take them around the trails. Got the whole section here for it. You got to sign in for your boom bang. But we're gonna head this way. We're gonna go to some of the main trails in the park here, and we're gonna see how it goes. It's a really nice day out. It's in the 70s, mid 70s. It's a little humid. It always is out here, but still beautiful compared to what it's been. It's much cooler. So they actually just redid a lot of the parking lot here. They added this main building with the bathrooms. Redid the signage out front there. There's one further down the road too that obviously points you in this direction, and it's just a beautiful place. So I recommend coming out here if you ever get the chance to. It's kind of out off the beaten path a little bit, but it's like I said, it's one of my favorites. One of my favorite places to go. So all right, we're gonna take a look at the map real quick. This is that new building that they just put in. So, whole map, giant place. We are right there at the main building. There's just gigantic marsh that it goes through, and huge trails that wrap. I mean, like the horse trail goes all the way around the outside. It's crazy big place. I believe when I looked into it, it's somewhere around 1,000 square acres, or 1,000 acres squared, somewhere around 1,000 acres. Huge place, gigantic place. Take you a couple hours to walk around the outside of it. I'm gonna do a couple of the nature paths. We're gonna go on to the boardwalk across the marsh, and we're gonna see how it goes. And then just one side note, if you hear a whistle, there's some little child out here blowing a whistle, and I don't think we're gonna hear it too much. I'm walking away from them at this point, but just in case. I think I might get eaten up today. Probably be a lot of bugs out. I didn't bring a bug spray, so one thing I would recommend, definitely break some bug spray. It's not gonna hurt being in this marshy area. There are a lot of mosquitoes that fly around, a couple other bugs. We're gonna take a right here at this path. It's one of my favorite trails to go around. It goes to a little side area here. So we got go and follow bald eagle. Bluegill goes straight, or if you want to consider it a little different, it's muskrat, and then the mallard trail. don't know if you're going to be able to see it. Oh. Well, he's gone now. I think I got him, but... Well, froggy dude. You'll see a couple of them around here. They like to hang out. Obviously, it's a marshy, nice, muddy area. Good for them. Great for a lot of animals. There's a ton of nature, wildlife to be seen out here. Tons of birds. You'll see a couple of fish, some swans. You'll see some frogs. You definitely see a ton of squirrels, things of that nature. I mean, it's just... is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful out here. Like I said, I would recommend some bug spray. Getting swarmed by some bugs already. Nothing wrong with that. Honestly, there's two kinds of bugs, mosquitoes, that really piss me off, which are the ones that like to buzz around your ears. Get the fuck away from my ears. Not about that. And then the ones that like to dive bomb my eyes for whatever reason. They're like, yeah, let's try and get into this man's eyeballs. And I'll tell you, I'm not about that either, because that sucks. So we're coming up to an intersection here. If you take a left, it wraps around to where there are some trails that go to the boardwalk. If you follow the Muskrat Trail, this is where it loops around to, but we're going to actually stay on the Blue Heron Trail, which is also the Bald Eagle Trail. So we're going to stay over here going this way, see what we can find. Also, you can find tons of flowers here, tons of different flowers. Like I said, tons of animals, bunch of animals to see. It's a very nifty very cool ecosystem here that's around this area, and it's definitely different than a lot of the places you see, just due to the how expansive it is. How big, how much area it takes up. You'll see a lot of different kinds of animals that you might not find in some other areas, especially in Wayne County. Other than that, around here you might see a plane or two go by. We are kind of close to DTW. You don't hear them too often, but you'll see them flying overhead every once in a while. So I'm actually shocked I haven't heard one yet today. I haven't been here for too long, but you usually see them kind of flowing through, either taking off or landing over at DTW. So. But yeah, tons of these little boardwalks over sections of the swampy areas. Tons of, there's the main boardwalk that goes over the marsh, but just beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful place. You won't run into too many people, no matter how busy it is here, just kind of how big this place is. But I mean, hey, come on, bring your family out here, bring some friends, bring your girlfriend, bring your wife, whatever it might be. Bring your spouse and come out here, enjoy some absolute beauty. Ooh, this gets kind of thin. Let's see what's happening up here. Well, overgrown this year. It's been a wet summer here though, so I'm not surprised it's all overgrown. Wet, hot, humid, a lot of good stuff for these plants. Tons of cattails, because obviously we're in the swamp. Those are cool. I don't even know what that is. Very cool. Like I said, you'll see some stuff here that you may never see somewhere else. I mean, not never see somewhere else, but not common. Less common than a lot of areas around here, so. And then, yeah, like I said, you might need bug spray, but you also see a lot of cool bugs around here. I mean, there are bees and mosquitoes and small bugs like that. You might catch some beetles around. Tons of butterflies. You'll see a shit ton of butterflies here, which is awesome as well. But I think that's more due to, you know, the amount of flowers and pollinator plants that there are here. I mean, some of these are beautiful. Gorgeous little plants. So that just goes out to overlook an area over there. We're going to continue on this till we hit the end, and we're going to take a left and go and wrap around, and that should take us over to the boardwalk area. You can get to the boardwalk from right where I started in the parking lot, but I wanted to do some forest and nature trails first before the boardwalk, so. If you come here at the right time of the year, you might also see a bunch of mushrooms. There are a good amount that grow early summer when it's wet, humid, and not too hot out. You might catch some in the middle of the summertime here too. A lot of shade, a lot of good ground cover for mushrooms to grow, especially when it's moist like this. And then you might find some like painted rocks and stuff. Some people hide painted rocks, you know, good messages and stuff on them. Keep them, take them, rehide them, whatever it might be. But you'll find some cool stuff here. And like I said, one of my favorites, I'd highly recommend it if you ever get the chance. It's off of Haggerty Road in New Boston, Michigan, which is right inside the Wayne County border outside of Washtenaw County. This would be an interesting place too. I did the video at Lower Rouge Trail after we got a substantial rain, a very heavy rain. I'd be really interested to see how wet and flooded this place gets when it gets rainy and stormy and kind of crazy flood-like rains drop. Because I don't know if it gets flooded out at all or if the water just rises up, but there was only a handful of cars in the parking lot, so I don't expect there to be a ton of people. And like I said, with it being such a large territory, a large area this park is, that you probably won't run into too many people at all. Plus, it's a weekday, it's a Wednesday, so not a ton of people out here as is. But still. So you can take a right here, and it goes out and connects back up with the horse trail, if I'm not mistaken, is where that goes. But we're going to stay straight. We're going to loop back around. Like I said, as I go this way, as I go west here, it's going to loop me back around to where the boardwalk is and connect back up with some nature trails over there before we hit the boardwalk. You might also catch some deer around here. I haven't seen any the last couple times I've been here, but it's a big wooded area and you do see them traveling through here every once in a while. But if you're looking for a good outdoor space to come in, get your steps in, just enjoy some nature, some peaceful quietness, this is a great place for it. I mean, compared to somewhere like North Bay Park, one of my other videos I did, tons of swans, a lot of great stuff to see there. The boardwalk there is awesome, but you're right by the freeway and all you hear is cars going by. So this is a good respite from that. There you go. A couple of mushrooms. Nothing crazy, but there's a few at least. I know there's some more out here too. Oh, there's some lining this path actually. A good little amount. And you'll definitely find more. I mean, if you're willing to hike through some of these woods or venture through and go off trail in some of these areas, you definitely find some more. There are some areas that are off limits. They do nature studies out here a lot. So there are some areas where you're not supposed to go off, but you can definitely go and venture through the woods if you're feeling up to it. So again, we got a split that goes back north and I think loops around, connects with that other trail there. We're going to stay headed west here until we can hit up some other nature trails to once again get back to the boardwalk area, the main marsh section of this park. The other thing you might see here, depending on the time of year and exactly what the weather's like, you might catch a couple of snakes. You'll see them either basting out in the sun or hidden in the shade. Sometimes they're on the trails though. You'll see them crossing paths. Just a couple of gardener snakes mainly, but there are a few other species that live out here. I mean, there is the water snake that lives out here as well, which I don't think you really see too much unless you're right around the marsh. But if you're just walking the nature trails, you're more likely to catch a gardener snake. So couple more mushrooms line the path. Like I said, you'll see a lot of them out here, just depending on the time of the year. So, such a great place, though. Such a great place, such a chill place. Just listen to the sounds of nature, listen to the birds and bugs. Just enjoy yourself, you know, enjoy the greenery, enjoy the cover. Find some peace, find some harmony in your life. Sometimes it's all you need to really reset, replenish yourself. Squirrel crossing up here. Gets a little muddy in this one section, so we're gonna hop around that. Oh look, we got a runner. Like I said, you're not going to run into too many people, but you will see a couple every once in a while around here, so. One of the other bugs you will have to watch out for, I don't see them too often, but you do hear them buzzing around every once in a while. You'll see one flying around you. Are horseflies. You obviously don't want to fuck around with them too much, because they'll bite you, especially if you get a little too sweaty. When you go right next to the marsh, you might catch a couple of them. They love the water, and I mean, this is a place where there are a good amount of horses that people will bring here, so they like getting their food when they can, biting people when they can, and you know, harassing people when they can. So gotta watch out for them too. They haven't been a real big issue, but you will see them every once in a while, so. All right, since we just saw the runner, I'm guessing, yeah, it looks like we're coming up to another little section here. Might be a map. We can check the map when we get up here just to make sure we're on point. We should just stay straight on this path. There's a little three-way here. We should just stay straight to stay on Bald Eagle. So, here you go. Here is where we started. Right there, we have taken Bluegill to Bald Eagle, up and around, and we've come all the way up to out here right now. We could cross over and go to the horse trail, but we're going to stay on Bald Eagle and wrap back around till we get to Woodpecker, probably. And I'll cross over to the main part of the marsh, and we can loop back around here. So, obviously, as stated at the front, but no fires, no bikes, no motorized vehicles, no horses on this trail. It's mainly meant for hiking. You will see some field trips here during the school year. They do some Discovery Center science stuff for little children. So you'll see them here every once in a while doing activities as well if you're here during the week. I haven't ran into any, but they do have the whole interactive section up front. They have the section with the bees where there are some bee nests. Like honeybees. I'll see if there's anything over there when we get back up to the front. But for right now, we're just gonna keep enjoying this walk around. As we get up here a little bit further, we should hit another little boardwalk kind of section that keeps you up off the water over the marshy area. I mean, you can kind of see how overgrown a lot of this stuff is. I mean, these are reeds and weeds and stuff that are, I mean, 10 feet tall, solid 10 feet tall, and then you got the trees and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, your reeds, your cottontails are getting giant out here, so. But like I've said, it's been a nice, humid, moist summer. Really great for these plants, real great for the marsh. It's been thriving this year, so. I'm also trying something a little bit different with the video this time around. Generally, I'll stop it every once in a while. But this time, I'm going to see if I can run this thing all the way through and make a video out of that. Oh, a couple of turtles over in this side section. So normally this side section, I mean, this is way higher than I've seen it before. Generally, there's no water right next to this. There's a little river running down that section. But I mean, it's definitely pretty high right now. And we have had some rain and stuff recently. We actually just got a little bit of rain yesterday. Not a ton, but we've had a couple good torrential downpours this summer. So it's obviously kept the levels pretty high, pretty nice. But the main reason I want to try to do one video for this entire thing is due to editing purposes. I did one at Parker Mill, which was supposed to be the first video I was going to put out. And unfortunately, due to having 20 separate video files from stopping and starting and stopping and starting, I had some issues with corrupted files, and when I went to export, I tried After Effects to start, Adobe After Effects, and that was awful, just awful, man. I had such a terrible time with that, trying to export that. I mean, I let it run and run and run days on end, right? I got 3 days, over 72 hours. Oh, look, a blue heron. I got up to over 3 days, over 72 hours, and it still said I had 15 hours, and the estimated time left kept going up. So I ended up giving up on that one, man. It wasn't worth it, and at that point, it didn't look like it was moving. So I tried iMovie. iMovie's been a little bit more consistent, a little bit quicker for me to make these videos. So trying iMovie on the iPad, and I kept getting errors while exporting. I got the video put together with most of those video clips, but I kept getting errors while exporting. Tried a couple of different things and had no luck with it at all. So I'm gonna try to figure that one out a little bit more and make a video out of it. It was the very first video I did, so there was just nature sounds, none of me talking, none of me narrating, just the video. Like I said, with so many video clips, piecing it together took longer. Trying to edit it, trying to piece it out, trying to export it, turned into a nightmare. I've been working on that one for over a week at this point, so. Boom, bang. That one leads out somewhere, if I'm not mistaken. We're going to stay on this as the Blue Heron Trail until we hit Woodpecker ways up here. We will see, we will see. Ooh, maybe not. That's a little overgrown. I don't remember if this connects up. We're going to check. It might. I might be wrong. It might be connected up to the left here, go up here, and take another left. Because it does open up over here too, so. Yeah, it might be this way. It actually might just dead end there. They might not have cleared it out. I think it goes this way. Yeah, it looks like it. But that one goes up to a road up there. I think there's some construction equipment, some county equipment, stuff like that. Things that they use for the park to clear it out over here. A little muddy, a little wet, a little slippery over here. Like I said, I know we got some small rains yesterday, so I'm not surprised that there's some mud. But I wasn't sure how it was going to be. And I definitely didn't wear the best shoes as for grip. Definitely have almost no grip with these guys here, so. Ooh, that was close. Trying not to get my feet wet, since these shoes have holes in them. So we're coming up to another intersection here. This is the horse trail, if I'm not mistaken. So it's the horse trail, woodpecker, and the eagle trail all converge right here, if I'm not mistaken. So we should be able to go and take a left pretty quickly here. So go follow the bald eagle. Goes this way, blue heron trail. So we're just going to go up here a little bit, and we should run into, I believe it's woodpecker. It's the trail that we're going to run into. Yeah, so we'll go up here just a little way. It's not too far at all. We'll take a left and we'll get onto woodpecker. We'll go back to the boardwalk, do some loops around the boardwalk, check some other things. And that'll probably be it for us today. It's a beautiful spot though. Like I said, this is only, I don't know, not even a quarter of it, maybe a quarter of it that I'm going to be covering. And I mean, there's other trails through the sections that I've already covered that weave and wind through there. So I mean, maybe more like a fifth or a sixth. Barely covered, you know, a quarter of this park at most by the time we're getting finished here today, so. Well, like I said, right now we're on the horse trail. Obviously, large, wide trail, gigantic, enough for a couple of horses side by side. You'll see a couple every once in a while. You don't get a ton out here. I'm sure during spring, summer, fall, there's way more than winter. You'll get a couple out here, and you do get some people who are just hanging out on the outside trails, walking around. I've done a couple loops around here before, but I enjoy walking mainly on the boardwalk, the nature trails, compared to this outside trail. But I guess one nice thing is there are a couple less bugs because it's more open, so. Alright, so this is our woodpecker turnoff here. If you go straight, it follows the horse path. Here, we can take a look at the map again. So you can follow, that's technically it's the bald eagle path, but it's part of something that the horses can go on. There is actually the main horse path there. There is where we're at this intersection here. We're going to go this way. You can go this way though, or do this loop around and connect to the horse trail. But we're going to go woodpecker over to bluegill, follow bluegill back around to parking, maybe check out a couple of the docks where there's fishing at, and finish up from there. So there you go. I guess it says it's bald eagle trail, but on the map over there it says it's a woodpecker, so either or. So not a very far walk to get up to the boardwalk here. I can already see it from where I'm at the end of this little forest tunnel here. So we'll get up there. I think there's a little bridge that crosses over. When we get up on the small part of the bridge, we can look around, show you what this marsh actually looks like. We're on the west side of the marsh. The main section's on the east side of it, and we're gonna work our way back over there. And boom, opened up to the marsh, bridge going over. Such a beautiful area. We'll keep going straight here. But I mean, you can see just how far that marsh goes out. I mean, the boardwalk only covers part of it, but the trails go around the entire thing, so. You might also catch some rabbits around here. Not as common, but when you're walking around the outside, like the horse path or the bald eagle path we were just on, you can catch some rabbits that are hopping their way through here as well. Like I said, it's a great place to see some wildlife, see some wilderness, hear some birds, just sit and relax and reset, so. Alright, so we're coming up here to the Mallard Trail or Bluegill Trail. We'll take a right, head back south towards the marsh. And the marsh is, I mean, it's right here. We just crossed part of it. We'll go up and cross another section here in just a second. A lot of benches throughout this park too, so if you ever want to come out and sit down somewhere or have a picnic, something of that nature, you definitely can, or find one of these little sections, maybe put down a blanket, have a little picnic, go up front. There's a couple of picnic tables. There's the main section in the middle with the informational building that you can go to as well. I don't ever see a ton of people in there, but there is the middle section too that you can go to, so. All right, so this is the main boardwalk here. Like I said, we're looping back around to the front. It's hard to see out there. Tons of blue heron, a couple of swans. I mean, this pond isn't very deep in reality. I mean, I'm sure there's sections that are a little deeper, but generally a lot of the sections are only a couple of feet deep at most. You'll see birds standing in it, fishing around, getting some food, getting some grub, enjoying themselves, cleaning themselves. Some cocksucking assholes that decide to litter and throw stuff in the swamp, like pieces of garbage. Also, pardon my language sometimes. I get a little out there. And I know sometimes I might have a child or two watching these, so pardon my language. It just slips out. It's just kind of part of my natural lingo. That I'll use some F-bombs and A-words and S-words and whatever else there might be. I try to keep it kind of PG, but it might slip into the PG-13 section every once in a while. Alright though, so this is the main boardwalk, main part of the marsh here. If you look that way, there is the main building. Looks like the door's open right now. You will normally find a good amount of birds up in there. So, you gotta watch for that. If you go inside, there's generally some birds inside, nesting and stuff, but it's a nice little spot. We're gonna loop back around here. It goes up and around the other side of the marsh here and then comes out back to the horse trail. Right by the horse trail. It's a little bit further out, but There's so many birds, so many herons, so many swans that you'll see here. You do get geese every once in a while. You get some ducks up towards the front. You get a lot of red-winged blackbirds. You'll see some robins, cardinals, maybe a few blue jays. You'll see a lot of different birds here for sure. It's the main animal that you'll see here. I think there's also a little, there's a little side trail. It doesn't really go anywhere. It just winds down a little bit and goes over to a section where you can fish into the marsh, but it's kind of reedy over there, so it'd be a little bit harder to fish compared to some of the main fishing docks and stuff. Also, I swear this boardwalk is a little bit more messed up than the last time I was here. I don't remember all these big juts and janks in this. I don't know if something's been happening or if maybe I'm just not remembering correctly, but I swear it's a little bit more weavy and wavy than it was in the past. So this comes back to the main section where there's the parking lot here. We're gonna check out the little butterfly garden that's straight across, and we're gonna go and loop around to one of the fishing docks over there before we come back to the main section and finish off our nature walk here. So just to give you the sign, we're gonna go to the fishing pier just after we stop at the butterfly garden right here. So like I said, pollinator heaven, tons of pollinator plants here. You'll see a bunch of butterflies in this area. I'm surprised there's not more today, but it's also a little warm, a little sunny and toasty out, so have seen a good amount walking through. Butterfly garden though, beautiful, beautiful little section here. We're gonna wrap to the right, check out the fishing pier that's over here. It's just a little dock with a picnic table on it. And like I said, there are some other picnic tables just around the area. over here at the fishing pier now. It's this little dock off to the side. So if it's still the same, there was a, it doesn't look like they have the picnic table, but there was a picnic table out here at one point. Absolute ton of lilies out here. And I haven't seen too many fish, but there are a couple around through here. It's I'd say it's pretty hard to fish in here though, unless you catch one of the main areas. Up towards the front, there's a couple less lily pads around, so you might be able to catch more there. Alright, so we're gonna loop back. So it wasn't too long ago, my video died out. My GoPro died. I need to get a new GoPro. I have a 7 right now. It's definitely an older version. The battery does not last very long. I generally get about 40 to 50 minutes of recording before it ends up dying on me. I thought I was going to be able to make it, but it doesn't look like it. So we're coming back down the side trail. I just stopped at the fishing pier. I don't think it caught that, but I'm not sure. Stopped at the little fishing pier. It just peers out over the marsh again. We're coming back up to where the Bald Eagle Trail and the Horse Trail meet up over on the east side of the park. We just walked through Wildflower Meadow. We're going to go up the Bald Eagle Trail right now. Walk through this part of the butterfly garden type of thing. A bunch of wildflowers right here. I'd say this is more the Wildflower Meadow than where that sign points to. But we are going to, hey, look, a little bench, butterfly bench. We're just going to walk up here to the main section. We're going to go down the main part of the boardwalk to the little building in the center, and then we're going to finish off our day. So Wildflower Garden. I'll also have to see how this video goes in conjunction with the video I made on my GoPro, if they're going to be able to pair together or not. I'm hoping so, but we will actually have to see. I don't do too much recording on my phone. I like the GoPro because it stabilizes your video so I can walk and it's not bouncy and jittery, and I don't have to hold it in my hand. I also wasn't expecting this, or else I might have brought my little octopus phone holder guy. That would definitely have been helpful. But now we're back to the section we were just at, coming off of the boardwalk that went over the marsh here, and we just went past the butterfly garden, the main butterfly garden section. So we're going to follow the Bluegill Trail again, going this way. Like I said, we're just going to wrap around to the main boardwalk trail and go up to the little hut in the middle section there, which is not too far out. Finish our day up right there. Call it good. Call it a good day. Great place, great sights, great sounds. And actually, we could check out the little bee section too up here. I don't think there's going to be anything there, but we can check them out and see what it's like. So they were saying definitely more picnic tables up here, things of that nature. This is the main section of the boardwalk up in the front here. We're going to take this and run to, like I said, the middle which is only about a football field away at most, maybe 50 yards actually. Go up here, go inside, see if we get attacked by birds or anything of that nature. So this is generally where you're gonna have more run-ins with people. More people tend to stay on the main boardwalk section up here than going around the nature trails on the outside of the park. But still a great place. Great place. You'll see some people doing photo shoots out here. I've seen senior pictures, wedding photos, a lot of different things out here. Like I said, it's just a beautiful place. It's very calm, very relaxing, very zen, very chill. So we're gonna get up here and see what we got going on. I think there might be a person in the hut, so we'll see. So there was someone inside the hut. I try to generally keep people's privacy. Try not to film too many people. Generally just because I don't know how people feel about it. I know not everyone wants to be filmed. So there's also some people coming up. I'm going to shut this off for a quick second. So there's this little section here. You can sit out, enjoy yourself, bring some friends, bring some family, have a little picnic, gather some people. This is right in the middle section between the main parking lot and the hut going that way. We're working our way back to the main parking lot. We got another 30 yards or so before we hit the main trail. We're going to check the bee section. I don't think there's going to be any bees in there, but it is built for bees. So we're going to see if we can see any in there, if there's anything going on over on that section. And then we'll finish up for the day because we're getting back there, and we've been out here for almost an hour, just about an hour, so. So you got bluegill, wetland garden. And then this is more pollinator sections and the bee nest here. So I don't know if that one's running. There's the observatory beehives. We have this open bee's nest over here. Like I said, I don't see any bees. So, I'm not sure if they're really... Oh yeah, there's definitely some in there. I'm not going to get too close because they'll fuck me up, but There are some in there. It's the Bee Hotel is what they call it. I need a picture of this sign. So that's an open one. There were some hornets that were going in and out there. They like those little tubes, the hollow tubes. Bee Hotel and Pollinator Garden. It's a really cool little section of the spot. They keep it really nice out here. And since they redid it, it's just gotten more and more beautiful. So, out of any, man, I'll tell you, if you're going to come out, you're going to find one park in Wayne County to come to. If you're in the New Boston area, if you're in this section at all, I would highly recommend checking Crosswinds out. It is an absolutely gorgeous area. There's miles and miles of trails. You can see tons of wildlife. And besides maybe a plane flying overhead every once in a while, which like I said, I can hear one way out in the distance right now, but I haven't seen any. I haven't heard any today. It's such a peaceful place, such a great opportunity to go to learn a little bit more about wildlife, to show your kids a little bit more about wildlife. I mean, come out here, show them a little bit about nature, have them, they do community events or nature center events, so you can actually sign up for those too. If you look into Crosswinds a little bit more, you can actually sign up for those events. So I mean, get out here, man, get out here, check out Crosswinds. It is a beautiful place, one of my favorites, as I've said a couple of times, in Metro Detroit, in Wayne County. It's by far one of my favorite parks that are within half an hour of where I live. And I'd say, you know, beyond that, I appreciate you joining me on this adventure today. I appreciate you being out here with me at Crosswinds. And best of all, next time on Let Us Hike.